Hit that subscribe button now. Let's make every video an adventure together. Subscribe today. You know what's worse than fighting over land? It is fighting over water. Yep, India and Pakistan are back at it again. But this time, they're beefing over rivers. This is the story of India, Pakistan, and the river that could cause a war. To understand the current tension, we have to go back to 1947. At that time, the British were leaving India, and they said, "Okay, we're out. Good luck, guys." And they split India into two, India and Pakistan. It was messy. Religious violence exploded between the Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslims, which resulted to about 200,000 to 2 million casualties, leaving 14 million people displaced. Some remained in India, and some moved to Pakistan. And guess what? Ever since then, India and Pakistan have been fighting each other like siblings that just hate themselves. After India and Pakistan became independent in 1947, they immediately fought over Kashmir, a beautiful piece of land both countries want like it's full of gold and wisdom. It was called the First Kashmir War. Kashmir was being split by the war into different controlled areas, some part controlled by India and some controlled by Pakistan. But while they were busy arguing over Kashmir, another problem appeared: the rivers. Most of the big rivers, like Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, start in Indian-controlled Kashmir but flow into Pakistan. That means India controlled the water tap that Pakistan's farms, cities, and people depended on. Now fast forward a little after the war, Pakistan was terrified. They were like, "Hold up! We share the same rivers. What if my enemy blocks my water one day?" Recognizing the potential of one of them blocking the waterways, the two countries signed the Indus Waters Treaty in 1960, brokered by the World Bank. An agreement basically saying, "Bro, you get these rivers, I get those rivers. No funny business." For decades, it worked. Even during full wars, like 1965 and 1971 wars, the Indus Waters Treaty survived. It's seen as one of the most successful water-sharing treaties in the world, even though India and Pakistan absolutely hate each other politically. India gets full use of the eastern rivers, Sutlej, Beas, and Ravi. Pakistan gets full use of the western rivers, Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab. In 2019, after terrorist attacks linked to Pakistan-based groups in Kashmir, the Pulwama attack, India started talking about changing or walking away from the treaty and said, "Fine, no more water for you," basically threatening to divert the rivers that flow into Pakistan. Imagine waking up and realizing your enemy controls your drinking water. That's next-level chess war. India's minister literally said, "We'll build dams, we'll block the water." Pakistan said, "Hey, that's against the treaty." And India was like,
"I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch! Shut your goddamn ass up!"
We need water too. Our population is exploding faster than a microwave egg. If you have a problem with that, sue me. Insisting that these projects are within its treaty rights, Pakistan is deeply dependent on the Indus system. Around 90% of its agriculture relies on this water. A disruption would not just be an inconvenience, it could trigger an economic and humanitarian crisis. In a region where millions depend on river water for survival, any minor disruptions could have devastating consequences. Droughts, floods, and the looming threat of climate change only make the situation more fragile. For Pakistan, a loss of water would cripple farming and food production. For India, increased demand from a growing population has made access to every drop more urgent. In other words, both sides are low-key desperate. The Indus Waters Treaty still officially exists, but tensions are rising more seriously than before. India is getting more aggressive about its rivers. They have built new dams on the rivers that technically belong to Pakistan, Jhelum, Chenab rivers. India claims, "We are not violating the treaty, we are just using our share better." And Pakistan is like, "No bro, you're stealing water and messing with the flow." If negotiations fail, and if the water shortages get worse, it could lead to very serious conflict, even if it's not a full war. So what happens next? Could they go to war over water? Technically, yes. Will they? Probably not. They're both kinda busy with other problems. In the best case, India and Pakistan could sit down, renegotiate, and strengthen the existing treaty to deal with new challenges. In the worst case, distrust and political tensions could turn the river dispute into yet another war, one the world can't afford to ignore. The rivers that give life to millions are now caught in the middle of an ancient rivalry. Whether these waters become a bridge for peace or a reason for conflict depends on the choices made today. This is still a developing story. We will keep you updated if things change between these two brothers. For India, for Pakistan, and for the world, the stakes couldn't be higher. If you enjoyed this history dive, smash that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Would you fight your neighbor over water? See you in the next episode.